check 1 2, check 1 2, hey hey, check 1 2, hey hey, check 1 2.
Okay, we're rolling.
Welcome back to another episode of Rollin' in the Rec Room. We're here tonight with Nathan Karagianis.
What's become of my lovely bijou? She's stuck behind the blinds until the curtain's been drawn for you. Won't you please release my green chartreuse? Find me where you think I'd hide, but find me my shoes. Find me where you think I'm lost, but find me my truth. What's become of my lovely bijou? She won't be long, she sung me songs that I will sing for you. Won't you please fetch me my black boots? Find me where you think I'd hide, but find me my truth. Find me where you think I'm lost, but find me my shoes.
Wow, nice abrupt ending. I love it.
That's a stab right there, right?
Yeah, that's great. Do you have a title for it?
That one's called Bijou.
I figured.
Yeah.
I love it. Man, you got, we were talking before we were rolling, you were talking about how you're going to be quiet at moments and loud at other moments. I loved it. You got a lot out of that guitar.
Oh, yeah.
You got a lot out of it in there.
This is a very, everything seems very sentimental these days. So this
Sure.
guitar is, I've played since I was 13. I convinced my mom. My dad played music my entire life and stopped playing music for a time and sold all his gear, and then I convinced her to buy my dad a guitar for Christmas, I think. And I think deep down it was like, yeah, get dad a guitar. And all my friends at that point were like playing guitar, and I was playing music with my friend across the street, and like, yeah. So I convinced her to buy a guitar, and then I started to play it. And
So there'd be one in the house.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
Exactly. And this is the guitar. This has been.
Dad needs a drum set now.
This has been. I know.
No, I love
Yeah.
it. That's a great story for guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's been around for a while.
Yeah, I still have one that was my brother's. It's a nylon string. It was the first one I learned to play on, but it was like he bought it for $30 at a garage sale, and like I literally have bought and sold everything else except for the stuff I own still, but like I never sell that one. I don't know.
That's funny you bring up the garage sale, because recently my dad was at a garage sale and bought a guitar for like $5.
Love it.
And it's a Seagull, which is a pretty good,
Sure, yeah.
like Canadian company, and it's in pretty decent shape outside of like some cosmetic stuff
Sure.
that some kid like kind of
Right.
wrecked or whatever. But
This machine kills Nintendos or something, whatever he wrote
which
on
is
it.
that cool.
All right, let's hear
Yeah,
another
yeah.
jam.
Okay. A hand shakes, bells ringing, signaling dismissal. A hand waves, is this hello or goodbye? And so many on her face circling, rotating, but somehow standing still. Are these the tones to leave a message? This is only a test of the emergency broadcast system. A hand shakes, the hand waves, so many on her face.
All right.
Another abrupt one.
Yeah, my left hand was hurting watching you grab some of those chords up top there. Good heavens. You do exercises with that hand? You must.
I should.
I mean, or you're just putting in the hours.
I don't, yeah. I guess the left hand has gotten a lot more attention in, I mean, dare I say, during COVID.
Yeah.
I think I've played and practiced more guitar than I've done for years. And it's like, well, this makes sense. I'm a guitar player.
Yeah.
But it's sort of, I think over the years it served as like almost like a utilitarian type of approach because of like making a lot of music. I think I pick it up for different things that I want to play or maybe like just a part that should be in a song or something like that. But a lot of these are well, this one in particular was something that I wrote on a synth, and then I switched to the guitar because I thought it would be kind of easy to play on guitar. But like the arpeggio was like something
I would highly disagree with you that would be easy to play on guitar. I mean, I watched you do it.
Oh, by no means did I say it that way.
That's how I heard it. I don't know how you
Yeah.
said it. Like, because I thought it would be easy to play on guitar. Like, no way.
Well, not easy, but I suppose just like the
Translate well
and be more expressive. I think. I think
I would agree with
sometimes-
those statements.
Yeah, I love synthesizers and I love making new sounds. But then at the end of the day, I think I really enjoy dynamics and expressing something that is like you're channeling almost. And yeah, I think this is a much easier way of doing that than with synthesizers. Sometimes you're lucky enough to find a good sound that does
idea
that
that
for
the
you.
guitar will allow you to go loud, quiet, aggressive, but the synthesizer then is always coming in at the same level. Now, obviously, there are people that can make that thing sing, you
Right.
know, and those are the true giants of the synthesizer world, you know.
Sure.
And that was called.
That one is called, I don't. It's a working title.
It's all right.
Something that I actually wrote during COVID, and it was like I started paying so much attention to my hands, and I was washing my hands like, I don't know, 50 times a day or whatever, because that was like, you know, what everybody was talking about. You got to keep your hands clean, make sure, you know, do the obvious things. But let's call that 10 digits, I
Sure.
suppose. Yeah. 10
Sure, that'll
digits.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that's been a kind of a running theme as we've started this program during, COVID 2020. It's been like the difference that our creativity has taken during that time, you know, because March 10th, whatever the date is for whomever it is,
Right.
we had all this other stuff, and then we'd squeeze our creativity in where we could, and we've been blessed on top of terrible, whatever. Like, it sounds terrible, but like to have this like forced time to just say, okay, like I've been meaning to learn X with my creativity. Now I'm going to do it, like that's been my experience, yours, and other people I've talked with, so it's been great. All right, let's do another jam.
Sweet. Try this position here. Vibrate my pocket. Vibrate my pocket. Let me wring your neck with worry and dry your eyes with dusty winds. Scurry to quick months closing for good. Brick and mortar, click application tabs. Soon we will fall. Soon we will crawl. Vibrate my pocket, tendency to perverse. Vibrate my pocket, tendency to perverse. Oh wait, that's what you decide. Creatures closing human design. Go justify yourself to your wall. Then flip your face. Flip your face. And flip your face to hide it all. Soon we will fall. Soon we will crawl up to the stars. Vibrate my pocket, tendency to perverse. Vibrate my pocket, tendency to perverse. And if I'm wrong, will you still find me on your phone? And if I'm wrong, will you not find me on your phone?
A little showbiz in that number there.
Showbiz.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
Showbiz Pizza?
Yeah, well,
animatronics.
yeah.
that kind
Have
of
you
thing.
seen that documentary?
No.
Have I told you about it?
Are you serious?
Yeah. So it's called the Rockafire Explosion.
Damn.
That's the name of the band from Showbiz Pizza, and there's a whole documentary about the band
Oh,
and like
man.
the guy that invented it, and
I would love to see this.
he's amazing.
Yeah.
And there's any number of people who are characters in it.
Yeah.
But the best line, I'm going to ruin the end of it. It
Okay.
came out 10 years ago.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So the guy's talking about it, and he's like, what am I going to do next? This is the inventor of the animatronic band. What am I going to do next? I don't know. I'm an inventor. Maybe I'll solve the energy crisis.
Oh, wow.
It is perfect.
Wow.
It's just like,
okay.
I invented the Showbiz Pizza Band. I also solved the energy crisis.
I can solve anything.
I'm
an inventor.
I'm an inventor.
Like, yeah.
Right. So I applied it here. I'll apply it here. Whatever. It's amazing. No, but it's just in that song, like, there's a little bit of the showbiz in there, like, which I think is kind of. Is this the first time you performed that song?
Yeah. Well, I've been fortunate to perform a busking in the town that I'm living in, Woodstock. And this was one of the first songs that I wanted to perform because it just has like this real strange like pull and like I don't know what's there that I can express a little bit or open up a little bit. Yeah, it's conflicted. It's a conflicted song.
Sure.
But it definitely the idea of it, I guess, is just the speed, I guess, that we are traveling and not really paying attention. I mean, I think I call it vibe,
Sure.
or vibrate, because I think like I get interrupted. I don't know how many people get interrupted, by their phone.
Yeah.
If it's not on, it's on vibrate, and you get a message or whatever, and it's a constant thing. So why not make a song out of it?
Yeah, I think it's interesting how you put in like the bits of it isn't strictly the song composition, I think. That's what I was getting at with the showbiz part.
Okay.
There is a performance element to that song
Sure.
that like we were lucky enough to see, like if I just had a tape of it, I don't know how you'd get that through. And I'm sure you'd find a way.
Well, that's a very good point, because I think I've tried to record the majority of these songs. Tried, as in, like, I guess I'm a bit of a perfectionist, but this song in particular, I'm really not sure if this is something that would translate.
Yeah.
Because of the pauses and because of there is something about the performance,
Right.
Yeah, I feel grateful to be able to perform it today.
Singer, not the song.
Yeah.
Or is it the song?
Song.
Song. It's a song.
I'm a songwriter.
It's a weird, but it's a weird. It's a weird. That question always gets me. It always gets me. Let's hear another song, then I have some other questions to circle back to.
Okay.
But I'm loving these.
Thank you, man. Yeah, it's fun to play them. So yeah. I push you away. It's for your own safety. So you wanna live like that? As a matter of fact, so many lives have gone like that. We can make it. We can make it right if we stop trying to break the strings we hold so tight. Have you thought about the wind as it blows? I know that I will take it slow. We can make it. We can make it right if we stop trying to break the strings we hold so tight.
Oh, that's just how I wanted that one to end. Nice. I heard it the first time.
Not
and I was
so
like,
abrupt, right?
Yeah, no. I think that's a good end for it. I heard like on the first round of it, and I was like, ooh, it's powerful. That's great. Great song.
Thank you.
You mentioned earlier that your dad was a musician,
Yeah.
and I had in previous conversations heard that your grandfather was also one. Is that right?
Yeah.
A long line of musicians.
Yeah, on my dad's side. So yeah, my dad. I grew up going to see my dad.
I should clarify.
Yeah.
I want to clarify. Not just musicians, gigging musicians.
Oh, sure.
Right. There's a difference, like between
thanks
he
for
played the
saying
French
that.
horn in high school or whatever.
Right. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people. When I was growing up there, I was like, "What was the first concert you ever saw?" I was like, "Well, my dad." Like
Mine was cool in the game.
I would go see.
It's true.
That's awesome. Wow. But yeah, so like going to see my dad and growing up in a house where there was always people coming over with their guitars and
Sure.
They would play and sing and share, and growing up in that atmosphere was always like super fun and then my grandpa was also he was a horn player. He played everything, but mostly saxophone. And he had a big band. He went by, I think the big band, the name was Karagianis. So it was like Cary Grant,
Sure,
but Karagianis.
Those are the days.
So yeah.
If we could just get a little name recognition, then we can pile them in the joint.
So yeah, there's some really distinct memories. Like going to see my dad was, a lot of the stuff that I do, go set up and play in a bar and that type of thing. But going to see my grandpa was like going to a proper club that would, have the right acoustics and the right things that are good for a listening experience.
Sure.
And so I was always like real turned on by jazz and the rhythms of jazz, more specifically because like rock music, is such a driving force, but then all of a sudden when you start getting the swing, when you start to feel swing and knowing that my grandpa was on stage was one thing, but then like getting to see a drummer do some things that you never would see a rock drummer do a lot of times. I was always
Number one, he didn't hit him so hard.
Yeah, right. Right. There's a lot more
just kind of tapping.
Yeah,
It's a wild thing.
Yeah. And there's a lot more dynamics, right? There's a lot more dynamics in
yeah, it turns out that there's more to a tom than just doof.
Yeah. I should mention, not to like take anything away from, and I don't want to boast, but like my grandmother was also a singer.
Come on.
My grandfather and my grandmother.
What did you have to
on my
rebel
dad's
against?
side. Yeah,
you had nothing.
I don't know. I don't ever want to forget that. I mean, she was a fantastic singer. I mean, way before my time. And so, like,
that's your grandfather's wife?
My grandfather's wife was.
Were they in bands together then?
I don't think so.
Interesting.
Maybe briefly.
Okay.
But not.
But she had her own trajectory as
she did,
as a musician.
and she was young. She was like a young prodigy. She was like 13.
Oh, wow.
Singing with big bands.
Wow.
In the Midwest. Like
in the
weird,
Midwest.
Weird, right? But yeah, she was a fantastic singer, and I do remember hearing her sing once or twice. I was very young. But the thing that I remember the most was she whistled. And whistled around the house, and she had the most fantastic whistle.
Constantly had a tune.
Always had a tune, and she was a vocalist. She was a singer, so she was probably always had that. But she would whistle instead of sing sometimes.
I'd love to hear another song.
Oh, nice. Stand alone, walk away, run from me and fly away. I promise to hold you tight, I promise with all of my might, I promise to lead you astray in your darkest days. Take your time, don't look away, don't look back. Have it your way. I promise to let you go. I promise when it's time to go. I promise find every excuse to accuse you of abuse and every shortcoming that was coming on to thee. Better hurry, take it back. Don't be afraid, don't be a fake. I promise to hold up my hand, I promise, and to be the man, I promise, lie through my teeth to fulfill all your dreams. Don't hurry. I promise to take my time.
Buskin' in Woodstock. I love
Buskin'
that.
in Woodstock.
I love that. It's such a great way to play music. I hope the season lasts for you.
Yeah, I haven't played in a little while. I've been busy with some other things, but it was real refreshing and a good way to exercise some demons, if you will.
Yeah.
Truly. To be able to share music at this time, to be asked, I was very, very grateful to be asked to share music. It's a real blessing. I'm grateful.
Yeah, you absolutely. I think it's I don't know. I like that stuff like that, and even stuff like this to some extent. I'm involved in it, so I don't want to pump it up too much. But like, it's an interesting time to have music in our lives. And experience it differently, and in some ways reset the clock a little bit. Or maybe that's a bad metaphor, but like. Maybe it's a time for live musicianship to return on a scale that's, a little bit more local. I think about that, all the time, like, man, you can't just be like a tour in the Midwest musician. There's no, but maybe there is a future for that now. Like, every 3 weeks we go out and do a loop. We play Duluth. We play Beloit.
There is a bit of a scene in Woodstock. I should speak on that behalf just a little bit because, besides of the busking, which I've done a fair bit of, there's also they've booked some bands, and they have like a band shell. Everybody must know about Woodstock because it was the city that they filmed Groundhog Day. That Bill Murray starred in. And so there's
I thought you were going to reference the concert in 1969.
Oh, no.
Different
No.
Woodstock.
Different Woodstock. That's on the East Coast.
Just to be clear.
Yeah. But Bill Murray.
Yeah.
Not a bad...
Were you there?
I was not there.
Ow!
I was not there.
You're killing me.
But
Those are the tennis pro days.
That's way before my tennis pro days, but I had dreams of being a tennis pro. I wasn't there, but yeah, there's always a scene, and growing up there, I grew up there into my 20s and played a bunch in different bars, and there are clubs, and there are some real opportunities to jam, like that's like we're doing jams today, right?
Sure.
But no, honestly, there was always a pretty good music scene there, and there was last night. I was hanging out on the square in Woodstock, and there was a band in this sort of like pavilion that's
Sure.
like right in the middle of the square, and then there was someone busking outside on Cass Street, and then there was another scene down another street where there's just a lot of different setups, and people want to
Sure.
hear live music, and so
It's just far enough outside the city to have a different feel.
it's very different.
Yeah.
Compared to Chicago, but it's where I'm at right now.
I love it. Do you have one or two more that you can do for us
Yeah,
tonight?
absolutely. Yeah. Curbside luggage check. Security line snake, hurry up and wait. feathers of steel. The bird is real, but I'm not much for patience. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Boarding assignment. Section is found, contact is made. My ticket is verified. I shuffle my feet, arriving at my seat for the feathers of steel. The bird is real, but I'm not much for patience. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's fine. We didn't plan to get along so well. This may play out with a farewell, or I may be bright, or I'll pine.
Remind me of this guy. What is his name? God. John Pizzarelli.
Oh, wow.
Have you heard of him?
Of course.
Yeah. He was the son of Bucky Pizzarelli,
Uh-huh.
who was,
8-string guitar.
Yeah, yeah. You're familiar. Great.
Amazing. Bucky.
Anyways,
Yeah, Bucky.
I feel like his compositions are very. It reminded me of it. We
Super
don't need
cool.
to draw direct comparisons or anything, but
I'm
he's a super talented guy.
I need to check that out. Is he a singer then too?
Yeah, I used to have this record that I used to love when I was in like the late '90s. It has a song. I think maybe it's called Avalon. It's mostly covers and stuff like that, but he does a few originals on there, and those are the kind of the slower ones that are like thought out. I don't know. I think he's great, John Pizzarelli.
I only know of Bucky Pizzarelli.
Oh, his dad.
Yeah, there's a.
You're
album.
that guy.
Well,
You into Jeff Buckley? Oh, I only know Tim Buckley.
I'm sorry. I don't know. Yeah, Bucky. But there's an album that my grandfather wanted me to hear, and I think there's an album that Bucky Pizzarelli does with Scott Hamilton. Scott Hamilton's a tenor player, and I think this was right around the time that I was like studying jazz guitar at Millikan University, and my grandfather caught wind of it, and he was like, "You should hear this album."
Drove over a vinyl to you.
I wish it was vinyl. It wasn't vinyl. He gave me a tape. He gave me a tape, and
the era.
that was yeah. And so I definitely it's deep. There's like a lot of standards.
What are the 8th strings on there? The 7th and 8th strings. What is he playing?
The 8 strings.
Is he going lower or higher?
Yeah, it goes lower. So it's like a guitar, but then you go up to whatever an A. So E.
No.
E. So
It's
it goes
a B.
E.
Well, no, I don't know what it is.
Yeah. So you got 6 E, B, and then maybe it's just a G. Is that right?
So it still stays in the same.
Yeah.
So you got,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
G and then A, maybe.
Why was he playing an 8-string guitar?
Yeah.
Where did he get that?
There's another 8-string guitarist that I was
I feel like Steve Vai has one, but like you expect that from Steve Vai.
There's another jazz guy.
Okay.
Named Charlie Hunter.
Okay.
Who's on Rope-a-Dope.
So it was
he's badass.
something some guys did then, had 8-string guitars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's almost like a lute at that point, isn't it? Or
Shoot,
a harp?
Yeah. It's all right hand.
Yeah.
And I mean, some of the stretches that
Less
I've
chords,
seen,
more
those guys,
like picking it out, I would assume.
totally.
Because to cover a chord would be a lot of index finger happening there.
Definitely.
Huh. Well, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Bucky Pizzarelli.
Bucky Pizzarelli.
This has been a treat.
Oh man.
Absolute treat.
Thank you for saying that, and thank you for
no,
having me.
I-
It's been a treat for me.
People that want to follow your music career in the music business would go to @something. What's your Instagram handle?
My Instagram handle is @reflectivenathan.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably the best way to kind of keep in touch for right now.
That'll be on the screen.
Yeah, I was making a lot of music when I was, really experimenting. I was making music under the moniker of Careful Giants, which I will probably still try to do.
That's on
some of
Bandcamp?
that's on Bandcamp.
Okay. Careful Giants on Bandcamp.
Yeah. If I'm a little bit more focused for the rest of this year, I would love to say that I've got some releases planned, but I don't have anything pushed to the goal line at this point to be able to say,
Sometimes it's
it'll have some
committing.
stuff. It is committing,
You know?
and this is a very this has really helped me distill this batch of tunes, and there's some other acoustic songs that I have that may turn into like an all acoustic album, which I heard someone say that there's so much. All it is your favorite artist on an acoustic guitar right now. Well, yeah, dumbass. Like,
Because people aren't getting together.
let's just like be real.
Sure.
I think they were saying, well, it'd be nice to hear a little Four to the Floor. Let's get some dance music. I'm like,
Really?
oh, okay, yeah, let's dance.
I don't
to
know who was
some
saying
of the,
that.
Some of the worst times that like maybe this planet's ever seen. I don't know.
Let's not be crazy. This
I'm-
planet seems
maybe
some
I'll-
atrocities.
That's true. That's true.
Give us one last jam on the way out.
Give us one more. The owner of misnomers is alone, turning a corner unknown. Touchstone, full blown, raging fires roar. The former comptroller is turning a new and improved attitude towards what's prudent. You shouldn't say things arranged by commonality, by similarity, by identity, by their own anxiety. If you think you're so open-minded, chase your tail until you can find it. Go round. What's the use? You can't choose. What's the use? You can't choose to find more clarity of mind. Your humility ignite inside. Look at you, still open-handed. What you thought you knew single-handed was wrong. What's the use? You can't choose how you lose. What's the score? The players are left to find. More unity, invite. More unity, invite. More unity, ignite their own harmony. Yeah.